Okay, so the first topic we are going to perform now. It's nothing but in the class, whatever we have learned. So it's the same thing. Okay, first of all, I have used pandas. Okay, import pandas PD. By using this PD, I'm going to read the Excel. So I declared three different data frame: DFC for data frame customer, data frame outlet, data frame product. There are three different sheet: customer, outlet, product. So I created each of the data frame pointing to the particular Excel sheet. So how to call the Excel sheet? Similar kind of stuffs are here. Only the things, I mean, whatever we have learned for CSV calling or CSV importing, it's similar, but the function is changed over here. Read underscore Excel. Okay. And I'm calling the same Excel where the Excel is residing. I'm just calling the same thing. I mean, calling the same parameter by calling the path of that file where it's located. So it's the same thing over here. You can see for all of the other data frames, it's same. The Excel sheets are same because the Excel sheets are single one. Only the changes with the sheet name. The sheet name in Excel it's an another parameter. Comma sheet name. I am putting the sheet name over there. Okay. And then another comma header equal one. I need to also declare header. Otherwise, it will be considering the first row as header as well. Okay. So I need to mention the header over here, which is the header. Based on that, they will be considering what things are header and what are the body of the entire Excel sheet. So similar kind of stuffs I have declared for data frame outlet and data frame product. This is how we are importing the data. Let's run this. I just printed all the data frames over here as well. Let's check. After that, we will be checking the next section over here. Okay. Let's check the Excel sheet. Those are the customer. The customer, there are foreign keys, product ID and outlet code. In the outlet, we have outlet related information, outlet code and its branch name, product code in product ID is there and product name is there. Okay, let's see. Yes, so we are printing DFC, that is data from customer, data from outlet and data from product. You can see all the data frames data are available over here. Data from customer, data from outlet, data from product. Okay, so this is our first part of this exercise. We are successfully able to create all the data frames pointing to that Excel sheet. Now the second part. Second part, it's representing the transformation part. Extraction is completed. We are moving ahead with transformation. Create a data frame having the fields. We just need to create a single data frame having the fields customer name, purchase date, outlet branch name, and product name. So we need to combine these three data frame and we need to go ahead with a single data frame having the column. What should be the column? Customer name should be there. I'm just going to highlight it. Then let me quickly check once more time. Customer name, purchase date. Okay. Okay. No other column should be referred from this sheet. Then from outlet, branch name should be there. And from the product name should be there. Actually, we are going to establish a relation in the data frame, which customer bought which particular product from which particular outlet or branch name. So this information I require, which is not clear over here because you can see the foreign keys are there. So we need to set up relationship between all the tables by just like while doing the relationship between customer and product table, we have a common column called product ID present in both of the table. Product ID is the foreign key over here and the same product key is the primary key over here. It's a similar concept, whatever we have done at the SQL days. Okay. So we have to perform a join. And in Python, how we perform join? Last day we discussed that thing. So it should be nothing but merge. Okay. PD dot merge. And we'll be picking up this product name. Similarly, with outlet, we'll be doing the same thing. There is outlet code over here, outlet code over here. Maybe the difference is with the keyword. You can see it's outlet underscore CD, outlet underscore code. But the data is same. So we can join these two data set with the common column outlet code with outlet CD, and we can fetch this branch name from here. Let me just go to the code itself. I already done this thing, but I have commented this thing out. Let me comment this thing in. Okay, so what was the thing? DFC, DFO, and DFP. Those are the final data frames. I mean, after importing, let's join with DFC and DFO. So you can see we are creating an intermediate data frame DF1, which is containing the data set after joining between DFC or DFO. Over here, join means merge. Okay. In SQL, we call it join. In Python, data frame. In Pandas, we are telling it as a merge. Okay. The same we have learned on I think on last Thursday or Friday. Actually, it's on Thursday. Yeah. So the thing will be same over here. dpd.merge. I'm calling the two data frame. I'm performing. I did not mention what kind of join I'll be performing. That means it's an inner join. From the left table, that means from DFC, the joining column name is outlet underscore code. From the right table, it's outlet underscore CD. Okay. And this is my intermediate data frame, DF1. This intermediate data frame should be having data from both of the columns. So all the columns should be present. Let me quickly run this thing. I'm going to print DF1. After joining with DFC and DFO, what should be the output? Let me quickly show you. Okay, so this is the joining. Customer ID, customer name, purchase date. Over here, three dot is there, means it's not printing all the data, I mean columns from the first. It's printing the last columns as well, outlet CD and branch name, which are coming from outlet data frame. Okay, so by doing merge, we will be getting all the columns from both of the data frames. Okay, so I'm taking advantage from the output of DF1 and doing another join with DFP. With the intermediate one, and the product data frame based on product ID. Okay, so left on means from the left table I'm joining with product ID, and the right table means, and from the right table, right on means the joining column from the right table, which is product ID. I'm joining it and printing the output of DF2. Those are the column combination. Okay, here all the columns, I'm merging all the columns together, and we are having all the column. But over here, three dot means we are not printing all the things. You see, there are total 7 number of columns. So this thing is fine, but we do not require all the columns as of now, so we can perform a slicing operation. Slice means column level filtering. So whatever column is required, based on that, I'm creating another data frame df underscore final, and I'm calling name, purchase date, branch name, product name. Okay. Yeah. So this was the required one, what I was asking for. Create a data frame having fields, customer name, purchase date, branch name, and product name. So all the things are present over here in this data frame. Okay, it's df.final. Okay, so this is the simple transformation only based on join or merge, whatever we can say over here. Now, the last point is the first is E for extraction, T for transformation. It's the second one. The last one is for loading part. I'll be loading the final data frame into a tabular format in Snowflake database. So last working day, we also discussed what is Snowflake database and how to create your account in Snowflake. I believe you all have tried this thing at your site. How to create an account? I told the same thing. Let me open my Snowflake account quickly. Snowflake. Let me open my Snowflake account. Let me check my Snowflake account quickly from here. I received the mail from Snowflake team. Sorry. This is my Snowflake account. Okay. What is the account? This is my account. WVP PWXB dash KV 64868. So this account is required while configuring the Snowflake. So this is my entire portal. Let me pick up this portal from here. Snowflake is nothing but a separate database, unlike the MySQL. So Snowflake is a portal-based database that we already discussed. Okay, so I'm opening this sheet. Yeah, last day we run those queries and set up a warehouse. I think we are aware of this thing. Okay, so those are our three database. Let's load our data in Tetra database, maybe in public schema. Okay, so how to do that? How we can load it? If we can quickly recall, during our MySQL, what parameter we used that time? So in our classes, we used to load the data in our MySQL database. If you quickly remember it, what are the parameters we used there? First of all, we are using these particular libraries for loading the data because this library is useful for connecting any kind of databases. Okay, so it will be helping to create an engine based on a database connection string. It should not be on not only for Snowflake. We also use this thing for MySQL. So anybody who is trying to connect a Oracle database, it's also possible by this library. Okay. So what are the things I need to put it over here? So this should be my connection string actually. So during our MySQL, we use this one engine equal create engine. Let me quickly show you create engine. It's MySQL and all the important parameter I have put it over here to connect my whatever I have installed at my system. Whatever parameter I have put, I'm putting those parameter to get it connected. Similarly, I told last days for Snowflake connectivity, it is requiring much more thing than that of the other databases. Okay, so it's the same. Root is here. This is root means user password, account identifier. It's just like a host name. So account identifier slash database name slash schema name question mark warehouse name. This is the new thing we are using in the Snowflake database than that of this MySQL database. And the last one is role name. So I put all the thing in a F string over here. I'm declaring those variable on the top side. So Account identifier, this is nothing but this one, okay. Combination of this one dash this one. If we just go to my mail, we can see the account name is this. From starting from this to this. This is the account name. Unlike MySQL, we do not have to put entire server name. To connect a Snowflake database, we need to put only this account name. The other hosting name is similar snowflakecomputing.com. So I just put account identifier. Username is this. Username is the service account that I'm going to log in. Password is this. Database name is Tetra. You can see it over here. This is my database. I have created this database on the last working session. Schema name is public. That is fine. Warehouse name is this. And I'm using account admin role. Okay. So I'm going to create an engine, means connection engine based on all those parameter, all those Snowflake parameter. Okay. Let me quickly check in the same database whether any tables are present or not. Okay, this one. I'm going to push the data inside the public schema over here. In the public, there is no tables available. Okay. Now let me load the final data frame. So DF final means the final data frame we have created over here. After doing the merge operation, DF final dot to SQL. Over here we can put particular table name which should be created in the databases. So let's create a table. Suppose exercise Python. Exercise underscore Python. This should be our table name, which should be consists of the data of DF final. Okay. So this kind of things we already learned, I think, on last Wednesday or Thursday. So how to load data from data frame to a database. Okay. So I'm calling the new table name, which should be consisting of that particular value. Then calling the connection. We are creating the connection in this line. Okay. Okay. In Snowflake, it's not supporting the index. You can see a new index is getting generated over here. For each of the data frame, by default, there should be an index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, this kind of index. So I need to ignore the index while writing it at the Snowflake side. So I'm putting index equal false. And this is another parameter we discussed last day. If exists equal replace means if the table is already existing in the database, it will be replacing means it will be dropping the table and recreating the table by this command. Okay. So this is how this command will be helping us to load the data of this DF final data frame into a tabular format, and the table's name should be exercise underscore Python. Let me run this code. And first I already showed you that there is no tables available in the public schema. Okay, in Tetra database, public schema, there is no such tables available till now. Let me run the thing and check it, whether it was successfully able to create the data frame. It's not yet completed. The final data frame. Yeah, it's completed with the exit code. Fine. Let me just search the thing over here. I can do a hard refresh. Tetra, public, tables. Yes, exercise underscore Python. So the data frame was successfully loaded into the database. Let me check the data quickly. Just let me put a select query. Select star from exercise underscore Python. Yeah, So the final data frame's output, you can see this is my final data frame. The data frame's output has been successfully inserted into the table in the Snowflake database. This was my final requirement. Okay. And this is how we can load the data in a truncate load strategy. Truncate load means daily basis will be doing the replace and recreating the table. So you're not going to do an insert or upsert or update kind of things. We are recreating the tables. That means the data are daily basis going to refresh with a full refresh. Okay. Any doubts so far from anyone with the exercise? Was it good for everyone? If there is any doubt, please tell me over here. The exercise was very easy and I was expecting you to solve it, but no worries. But please check it at your side as well. It's very simple. And I also wanted that exercise you can use as a project and put it in your Git. Okay. But didn't get any response from anyone. So I'm not going ahead with another exercise. I was just thinking to solve another exercise for incremental data load. Uh, okay, so as of now, I'm just holding this thing, going ahead with the next part of this courses. So the last thing we have learned using Python as a ETL based tool. Okay, so we learned what ETL can do. Just let me repeat once more time. ETL tools are loading the data in data warehouses from the source OLTP systems. Okay, so when our OLTP systems are ready, OLAP systems are ready, means our data warehouses are ready. After running the ETL jobs, the data of the source system will be refreshed at the target system. Target means our data warehouse itself. So when our target systems are ready, then the visualization means there is a visualization tool. There can be a visualization tool means why the visualization tools are required. We discuss the same thing in business intelligence chapters. Visualization tools will be creating charts and graphs based on the data warehouses tables. Visualization team will be creating the data modeling and they will be setting the relationship between fact and dimension table. And at the end, they'll be creating the particular beautiful charts and graphs having the relationship between fact and dimensions. Okay, so this is the ultimate goal. And then the business users, they can see the charts and graphs. They will be taking the next day strategy. Okay, what should be their next business strategy? They will be having the decisions based on their, they will be examining that particular charts and graphs and they will be taking the decisions. But as a visualization engineer, as I told, we will be have a quick demonstration on a visualization tool. So I'll be showing you a Microsoft tool called Power BI. So how to install Power BI? For Power BI practice, you can install Power BI desktop at your system. You can use the trial version over here, not the enterprise one. So you can install it from your App Store if you are using Windows. Okay, from App Store, you can quickly search it. Uh, Power BI desktop, this one. I already installed it from your App Store. You can quickly install it. There'll be no issue. If you are not using or if you do not have App Store or in the app, if in your App Store it's missing, then you can download it from the web, Power BI. Okay, so how Power BI look like? Let me quickly have a demonstration of it. Tomorrow we'll be checking a quick project. Okay, I'm just opening the Power BI. So the concept is whatever charts and graphs we can prepare it in the desktop version. Okay. And the developer can work into their desktop version. So when everything is ready, Okay, so this is how the desktop version look like. As it's a Microsoft tool, you can see the pane, file, home, insert. It's almost similar kind of thing. It's like if we open a Microsoft tool, just like an Excel, Office, anything, Excel, PowerPoint, anything, it's almost similar. There are three different tabs are available. This is report view, this is table view, this is the data modeling view. Okay, so we'll be doing a hands-on quickly, maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. But please install it if you want to learn. So first of all, we need to connect with the Power BI, we need to connect the data source. The data source should be a data warehouse where we have cleaned and putting the data by our ETL job. So the same data will be taking by my Power BI tool. It's not only for Power BI tool, every reporting tools do the same thing. If you're using Tableau or ClickSense, ClickView, anything, can see they should be having their database connectivity to connect the data warehouse or data marts. Okay, so that they can take the refined and updated data from data warehouse and create relationships in a data model format and go ahead with the charts and graphs preparation. Okay, so how to create a data source? I can also connect to a Excel sheet as well. Import data from Excel. Okay, I can also connect a relational database. Anything I can do. So last time I have tried connecting a relational database. It was the same MySQL database in my local system. Okay, so I can, this is my particular thing, localhost data training. So this is my connection string. Let me call it over here. It's going to connect. Let me open MySQL workbench as well so that you can have a quick reference. Okay, so I'm going to connect this database and I'll be fetching all the tables from here. Let me see whether Power BI is able to, yes. So localhost data training and all the data or all the tables is being fetched over here. It's showing whatever tables are present over here. It's able to successfully connect to the database and it's showcasing me all the tables over here too. So whichever tables I required, I can call it. Just like by selecting those things, I'm just selecting these things. Okay, whatever data is required, just call it. Okay, if I want to transform anything, I need to click on transform data. If I directly want to load this thing and we want to proceed with the further things, then we can directly go on load. But first of all, we need to transform something. So generally we need to use the transformation of the data. So if you are clicking on transformation of the data, a new window should be open. This window is called Power Query Editor. Okay. So each of the table, whatever I have selected, you can see the things are present over here. Each of the tables representation are called an individual query over here. Okay. Suppose I want to add a new extra column. Based on the existing column, I want to prepare a calculative column. Anything, whatever I want to do, I just create it over here. Suppose I want to rename it. I want to remove it. So whatever I want to do, I can do it. Just like experience, I want to remove it. Remove. So it's been in the history of the applied steps, it will be collecting all the informations over here. If I just discard this removed columns activity, then the experience is back. Okay. So I can perform any numbers of activity over here to clean or modify whatever source data I have imported. Okay, I can rename it generally, specifically, we can clean the data. So whatever columns are not required, we can delete it and we can create new columns, new calculative or derived columns, which are required for the further calculation. Okay. So when everything is ready over here, then we can just do close and apply. Okay. So as soon as we do this thing, we can go ahead. Yeah, it will take some time for loading purpose. It's going to be loaded over here. Yeah. So it's loaded. And you can see each of the cases, all the things should be presented in the data section of the right hand side. First of all, we need to create a proper data modeling. Means if you want to set a relationship between fact and dimension with the proper cardinality, then you need to set a relationship. Which key should be joined based on which thing? Suppose I want to join based on plant ID between these two data set. So I can do this thing. Just drag it to plant ID. And they will be asking what kind of cardinality it should be, many to many or one to many, what kind of things I want to do. Okay, suppose you have a student table and teacher table. You have a single teacher appointed to multiple students. Then, and the other teacher is not going to learn anything for the same students again. If this is the concept, then teacher versus student should be one to many. Teacher table and student tables are there. So based on that, based on the cardinality, we need to set up the cardinality properly. It is doing the what kind of things it's doing internally. Actually, it's doing nothing but inner join, left join, outer join. That's the okay. So whatever cardinality I just need to do, just mention it over here and press a OK. Okay. The cardinality selected isn't valid for this relationship. So this is not valid. Many to many. Yeah, it's valid one. So based on the data, they can also analyze it. And you can see a relationship has been set up on top of plant ID between each of the table. Okay, so this kind of relationship you need to set first properly. Otherwise, the data and the charts and graphs will not be correct. I'll be showing you this kind of demonstration again on tomorrow's session. What kind of issue can be happened if we have a bad data modeling? Okay, so the data modeling is very, very important. Based on the proper logic, we need to model the data. And when the data model is ready, then this should be our final view. It's called the report view. Over here, we can drag and drops and create these kind of charts. There are bar charts, line charts, area plot, scatter plot, pie chart, okay, tree map. Lots of maps are available over here based on different project requirement, or maybe the particular things to be, how to understand it well, or how business can easily take the decisions by checking the graphs, charts. We need to design this kind of graphs and charts. Okay, so the thing should be present over here. This is kind of a dashboard where different report views can be generated. We can create separate tabs as well. Suppose I have created one bar chart over here, one pie chart over here. So this is also possible. A dashboard is having two different sheets, page 1 and page 2. Both of the sheets are having different charts and graphs. Okay. Now, this should be in your local. So whatever a developer can do, it should be residing in its local. Now, the same thing needs to be published in a particular portal, because the users or the stakeholders, they can see the thing globally. Means they need to see the dashboards in a portal. Okay, so Power BI should be having its own server portal where the local dashboard needs to be published. Here is the option, but I cannot do this thing by this trial version. Okay, and I need to save this thing first. If we save this thing, it will be a .pwbx file. It's a Power BI file, extension file. So we need to save this first, and we need to publish this thing. To publish this thing, we need to have the password, and I mean there should be credential to logged in to that particular server. I think only the licensed version can be having the access. Okay, or you have should be having the portal access as well if you are having the license one. But as of now, we can focus over the local version, how to install it or how to create the dashboards in our local system. Okay. So tomorrow I'll be having a quick hands-on. I'll be trying to import some tables. This was the dummy tables just we found it, but if we're just going to create any charts and graphs, it should not be good data. So let's import good data in next session, maybe in tomorrow's session, and create suitable charts and graphs. And I'll be also showing if the data model is not proper, what can be happen. Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir, last week, I missed the 1 week session, sir, of the last week.
Yeah,
Can I
Mr.
find
Pai
those videos on
did not
YouTube?
find you and Irfan in the classes. So you can
Yes,
find these
sir.
things in recording.
There was some kind of emergency, so we left, sir. So we were unable to join for the classes. So the videos are available on the channel, sir.
Yeah, video I have provided to the particular, person who used to upload it. So you can check
Mm-hmm.
it over there. If you are find that videos are missing, you can also just put the thing, the portal is not uploaded. So please
Mm-hmm.
update the thing. Let me check. I used to provide this guy the videos and all. Yeah, my WhatsApp is not opening. Okay, I provided him the video. I'm assuming they have uploaded it, but if you're
Mm-hmm.
not finding it, it is updated one. Then put the questions. Okay,
Okay, sir.
Thursday one I'll be providing. Thursday and Friday till Wednesday I have
Mm-hmm.
provided the videos. So please check with. You can just put a question. I'm not sure who is the particular person. Sandeep.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Sandeep used to upload the recordings in the channel. So you can quickly put the questions over there. I hope he will be uploading it. And
Okay.
last Friday's one I'll be going to upload it.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So tomorrow we'll be having hands-on on top of this tool, how to create charts and graphs. Okay. As soon as our data warehouse is ready, you can go ahead with doing that thing. Okay. So let's connect tomorrow with this particular part.
Okay, sir.
Thanks. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.